Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the M&K Productions Podcast. I'm your host, Mac, joined here as usual with Kristen, the host with the most. How you doing today, Kristen?
I'm doing well, but a little sad today because you know what happened? We have some tragic news, Mac.
Well, yes. What was the tragic news?
James Vanderbeek passed away.
Yeah, I didn't watch Dawson Creeks, but it's still sad 'cause I do know who
It's
it is.
sad because I love Dawson's Creek. I didn't watch it when I was younger, but I watched it during a time where I was like binging so many different things on HBO Max, and Dawson's Creek was one of them. But I did grow up watching James Vanderbeek in like Varsity Blues and Don't Trust a Bee in Apartment 23. I've seen him in other stuff, but not known for, didn't really watch Dawson's Creek until I was an adult. And yeah, I was heartbroken this afternoon. I literally had to sit down for like 30 minutes to process the news because I was like, this is too tragic. This is just like Catherine O'Hara, who also just passed away. And I'm just like, I can't take this anymore. These precious people that we love watching in film can't stop dying. They just we need them right now. We need them to bring love, like love and comedy and hope into our lives. So I was a little sad right this afternoon. So
That
processing
sucks.
that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks, man.
But I feel
Yeah.
bad because he leaves behind his like big beautiful family and they started a GoFundMe. So it's a lot. I feel bad.
Rest in
I
peace to
feel
those
bad
legends.
for
But
all of them.
let's get into some happier news. We got another episode of the M&K Productions Podcast. We're excited. We're going to cover some film news, and we're also going to be talking about our thoughts on the newest entry, the 28 Years Later series with the 28 Years Later Bone Temple. Then give you a sneak peek of what we got coming out for our next episodes because we are in the middle of Oscar season, so we can't wait to do our Oscar episode soon. But Kristen, are you ready to get into some news?
Yes.
All right, let's get right into the news.
This is CNN.
All right, so the news for today, we're going to keep it short here. We both have each story, and I'll let Kristen go first because this news topic actually brought a smile to my heart because, as many of you know, I have a connection to the series. So, Kristen, what is your piece of news that you have to share with us today?
Okay, so I'm really excited about this news. A24 is finally on the next iteration of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise with a TV series from JT Molnar being the first project out of the gate. This comes from winning a months-long bidding war for the 1974 horror features TV fran franchise TV and film rights, which we've been told this is coming from Deadline, people. This is coming from Deadline, Deadline exclusive right here. A24 won those rights back in September at an auction led by Verve. Series EPs include Spooky Pictures, Roy Lee, Steven Schneider, who Schneider are reteaming with Molnar after Strange Darling. Loved that movie. Gave that movie an A plus. Absolutely so psyched. As well as Stuart Mansali, Image Nation's Ben Ross, Barnstorm's Glenn Powell, and Dan Cohen. So Glenn Powell will be working on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Powell is only producing.
That's
No word
interesting
yet.
because the rumor was that he was going to be starring in a movie or a series, whatever they do. So it's interesting that so far it's been announced that he's producing.
Okay, so I want to say a quick thing here from JT Molnar. Molnar said, I've said publicly that I'm not interested in remaking perfect films, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a perfect film. Tobe Hooper and Kim Heckel create something bold, transgressive, and truly seminal that holds up even today as the gold standard of horror. When an opportunity for a long form exploration into the world arose, I saw it as a fresh way, as well as a way to honor the existing folklore. I can't imagine better partners for this approach than A24. This is truly an honor. I'm excited for this
There's
collaboration. It's going to
there's
be,
little. Go ahead.
and I think it's going to be insane. And right now, it's good. Glenn Powell has good standing with A24 because he has his new movie coming out on the 20th, which is, I believe, How to Make a Killing. I think that's what it's called.
Yes, and let me just say this: there you can only go up after the disaster that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on Netflix.
Yeah, thank God Netflix lost those rights, I should say at this point.
Yeah, because they were developing a sequel. But many of you know, I'm a big fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I absolutely love.
Hmm.
I actually put the original one probably in like one of my top 10 films. Not top, like if not top 10, probably like my favorite horror movie. One of my favorite horror movies of all time
I
because of
agree. It's
this.
in my same spot too.
So the style, the horror, and it's just amazing. I love it. And the series has really been up and down. Like we've gotten two reboots, a prequel, like a reimagine. It's been very up and down, and there hasn't really been heights reached since the original movie. So I think doing it is crazy that we have two iconic slashers with Jason getting his own series with Crystal Lake on Peacock,
Yes.
and then TCM is getting his own TV series. So I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Obviously, we don't know what's going to be done, if it's going to be a prequel story because they're already did another prequel, or they're going to do maybe their own story with the same characters or new characters. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, but I think it's, if anything, I feel like this could be like an origin story.
We are well. That's the problem. We've already had two origin stories, kind of, or we had an origin story with 2017's Leatherface, which was like an origin
Mm.
story. But then the thing is that that was the origin story for the 2013 movie with Alexandra Daddario. And
Yes.
it's like, but then we had another origin story. It's like the timeline is so fractured. So first, you need to establish the timeline we have for here, and then we had
Yes.
another origin story with the 2006 New Beginning movie.
Yeah.
So
But
this series is all fragment. It's like the Fast and Furious saga. We don't know what's going on.
we don't. But I'm curious to see if that changes with Glenn Powell, knowing he's only producing. But would you like to see Glenn Powell in this?
I want Matthew McConaughey to come back. That would be great. That's our film. The next
That is
the
our film,
New
the film
Beginning.
that brought us together, Rick.
I mean,
Oh,
honestly, if you're gonna do a movie like that with Glenn Powell and his star power, that could work. Because I will say, with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it has name value, but it's been like thrown through the dirt so much. You kind of might need a A-lister to boost it up. And depending on how his next couple movies go, Running Man was kind of a disappointment. This new movie he has coming up, we'll see if this does well. So,
I would say it's Running Man was more of a box office disappointment than it was fully a
uh,
disappointment.
I can say both because there's some discourse online. The people said the movie wasn't good. I liked it. I thought it was
I did
entertaining.
too.
Um, but I guess it will depends if they're like, okay, you can produce and star in it because that happens a lot. So we'll see. Unless they're gonna go in a different direction and have this as an opportunity to introduce new talent.
But yeah, that's the piece of news I have. So what's your piece of news? I know this is another horror
Yeah.
story, knowing you, Mac, and
Yes.
this beloved franchise that's
So
not Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but something else.
I completely forgot that this movie was coming out. We were recording this episode on February 11th, and at the time of this, The Strangers Chapter 3, the last film in this trilogy, the I call it the Immaculate Trilogy of the Immaculate Ash Trilogy because this trilogy has been a fucking disaster from the 2024 film to last year's film to this year's film. This is supposed to be the vehicle for Madeline Pesh to get a starring final girl role, and it's just been downhill ever since. And it is being eviscerated critically. The Strangers Chapter 3 is sitting at a crisp 19% critically on Rotten
Like,
Tomatoes and a 49% audience score, which has actually gone down because the last time I checked, it was 52%. So it's gotten worse. Um, so this is the concluding chapter of the Strangers movie. And for comparison's sake, so we'll go back for the last two. So last year's one, part two, chapter two, is currently sitting at a 14% audience critic score and a 55% audience score. And then if you want to
yikes.
go back further
Oh no.
to the
What's the Lewis Pullman one? We gotta revisit that
chapter
tomato
one,
score.
chapter one, which is 2024, that one was 21% audience score with a 45%, no, 21% critic score, 45% audience score. So it has continually gotten worse and worse. And I know you saw this movie. What did you think of chapter three?
I
Was it
didn't
a
see
good?
chapter three.
I thought you did.
No, what did I see this past week? I saw in the last few days, I saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I
That was
saw
good.
The Moment
Mhm.
and Yeah, but I didn't see two after three.
Oh shit! Whoops! I thought I saw your review of it, but
No.
the stuff I've seen of it, yeah, this movie is fucking shit. It's terrible. It has a bad ending. It kind of ends the way I predicted it to be because I watched. Shout out to my boy Charlie Critical, his review on it. It ended the
Nice,
way I
nice
knew it was gonna
critical.
review. So, Kristen, man, is this it for the strangers? Has this been a
Oh, I don't think there's a way coming back.
is this been a
There's no coming
flop?
back. It's a flop. I mean, nobody cared when what was it, what was it, 2018 or 2019?
The
2019?
2018.
Oh, 2018. Nobody cared then, and nobody cared now when a remake was released of it, and they were like, yeah,
Not
this is bad. And
not a
then,
remake, a prequel.
well, a prequel, excuse me. That nobody cared. Nobody cared. And knowing the star power, there wasn't a mega star power behind it. I mean, Madeline Pettis, yes, from Riverdale, but I think you needed something a little more spice to it. But like, apparently, from what I've seen, it's like it defeats the purpose of like what is The Strangers, apparently. Am I
Yeah.
right on that? Like,
Yeah,
that's what I
so
was hearing.
think about this. So I always said I don't really like the original Strangers, but I will give it its credit because the idea of the Strangers was like, "Hey, why are you doing this to us?" And the line was, "Because you were home." And that shows like, holy
Mm-hmm.
shit, it doesn't have to be predetermined or premeditated. It's just like just because you're there. And this one, it's just like, nah, just we were born like this and just doing this shit like that. It
And
doesn't
knowing
make
the whole
yeah.
town is like in on it is just
It's
like,
worse because spoiler alert, one of they give you the origins of all three of the strangers, and by the time the third film comes around, there's only two of them because one of the girls is dead. But it turns out
oh,
that
I didn't know that.
I guess the axe stranger, the baghead, was a childhood love of pinup girl, and they killed Tamra, this girl named Tamra, and that's when the whole thing of is Tamra home started, and then like it's like a full circle moment because Madeline Pesh's character is like, oh my gosh, when I stabbed someone, that felt good. So it's like, is she becoming cold and hearted like the strangers?
Right.
And
Okay.
it's so bad. It's so just aw- that I thought the second movie was terrible. Oh my gosh! Like we need to do like oh
We
I don't
gotta
even
do,
know. I don't
we
even want to
talked
watch
about
one
doing a deep dive of it, but we never actually, but there's probably a reason why we decided not to
because
do
we would
it
be
in the
bored
first.
and they'll literally just be me saying this sucks. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how. And the funniest thing too, if you want to see how this trilogy has failed, look at the marketing efforts because they've marketed the hell out of the first one. When they're like, "Oh, Strangers Chapter One, start of a new trilogy." Then they try to do a little marketing with the second one, and then this third one, there was no marketing. They're like,
Yeah, it just came and went. They're
"Yeah."
like, it came like the wind so fast. You're like, what? What do you, it's like, what do you
Like
mean it came out?
all I saw from it was like an AI generated video on TikTok about it.
Wait, there was an AI generated video of it?
It looked AI. It was like the
Okay.
baghead putting a body in a wood chipper.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Um, and then if you want a box office number, it's only made $4 million within the first week.
Yeah, it did terrible. It did terrible. But oh well,
Hopefully,
Maddie,
Madeline.
we'll move on to the next one.
Honestly, please, for the love of God, do something. Fire your
She did do a Netflix, not Netflix, Amazon Prime video movie.
maintenance required.
Yes, it was like some romance mechanic
And don't
car
forget, she was an
movie.
F the prom.
Right? That I think that was like right before Riverdale though, or
Right when it
during.
was getting started, 2017.
Yeah.
So, hey, she's an executive producer, so she has some producing credits.
Yeah.
But I have no, yeah, she needs to fire her agent and get on a streaming platform with a show immediately.
She'll find something. She's
But
young, she's pretty. She'll find
but
something.
yeah, that's gonna do it with the news for today. If you got any news for us, leave it down in the comments below and what we think we should talk about. But let's get into the topic and let's talk about 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
Audiences are raving that 28 years later, The Bone Temple is one of the best horror movies of the last decade.
And now, a leap into the unknown.
28 years later, The Bone Temple.
All right, so the topic for today, we are talking about the latest installment in the 28 Days Years Later franchise with 28 years later, The Bone Temple. We is directed by Nia DaCosta. It's different than Danny Boyle, who did the previous film, but it's still written by Alex Garland. It was shot back to back with 28 years later. It has Ray Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, Alfie Williams, Aaron Kellyman, and Chai Lewis Perry. And yeah, this one is much different than the first film. There was
Definitely different.
a lot of, I guess, once the excitement of the first one coming out last year wore off, I will still say I liked it, but there was a huge lot of people who didn't like it. They said that it didn't feel complete. That was just setting up too much of like this new trilogy that we're getting, and it kind of really didn't do enough to be a 28 years type movie. But they took that because they already had the shot and it released in January. Nearly like only like how many months? Like 6 months later? No, 7, 8 months.
Something like that.
And we get this new one and we got the trailer for it. I was like, okay. And I was a little hesitant because I'm not gonna say I'm like a Nia DaCosta is kind of hit or miss for me. Candyman,
Yes.
I like Candyman. The Marvels, I won't blame her for that, but that movie still sucks. So I was kind of scared about what this movie would entail, and I gotta say, I greatly enjoyed The Bone Temple. This was a very good movie.
It was a extremely well-made film, and I think for Nina DaCosta's direction, it really gave that fresh energy the series needed. And I loved every single minute of it
Uh,
when I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. It's like and at this point, I kind of hope this ends up in my top 10 movies of the year when we come to 2026. That's how much I really, really loved it. And, Nina DaCosta has like released so many films. I think she was like 6 or 7 movies that came out like in
mhm.
the last like 8 years, maybe. I saw some video and it was a really nice video, and she was receiving her flowers for all of her hard work. Somebody actually gave her flowers because she was just
Oh,
working nonstop. And I'm like, okay, that's really nice. Out of all the movies, yes, they most of them haven't been good. They haven't been great,
Marvels.
you know, just to name a couple. But, knowing that, hard work and dedication went into an extremely well-made project made me really happy. And especially with the characters that happened in the new one, because in the last film that we got, which we did talk about on the podcast, I had an issue with Ray Fiennes, but he is absolutely incredible in Bone Temple. I loved his performance in this film than I did in the other film, you know? And everything that is explored here is just 10 times better. So,
Well, it's a thing too where the first film felt like it was building up to exploring more of this world, like setting everything up. This one does more and it helps expanding it more while still being a cohesive story.
yes, I agree with that. And I loved seeing how there was possibly a cure for this, and we
Yeah,
got
that blew
more
my
of Ray.
mind.
And then Ray Fiennes working on that, and then this seeing the movie also explore religion and cults and the stuff that was going on with the Jimmies. Oh my gosh. And I said this in my review. At this point, when I see Jack O'Connell in a horror movie, I'm watching it because he delivers in every single scene. Like every single scene, whether you watch him in Sinners or Bone Temple, he delivers. He's scary good. He's scary good. So I really liked that. The performances here, just again, phenomenal. But it's just amazing to me because I was reading, and now 28 years later, Bone Temple is now out of the box office, which is crazy to me. This follow-up film didn't succeed well as the previous film, which is sad.
Well,
And this is a January movie. It was a January movie.
I think it's the problem of that first one because I reviewed this on my channel and someone commented they were not seeing it because they hated the first one, they hated the last one. So I think people who didn't like the 28 years later, they assumed that this one wasn't going to be good as well, so they kind of stopped it. But then it's like once word started going around, it was kind of too late for
Yeah.
people to really see it. But I'm guarantee you this will have a second life on streaming.
Oh, I guarantee it too.
But
So
yeah, I gotta say too, Ray Fiennes' character is like one of the standouts. I like Jack O'Connell as Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, like turned in a great performance. Not as good as Sinners, but still good.
Oh,
Um,
I thought he was brilliant in this one.
But I think Ray Fiennes is the MVP in this movie because the thing they do with him and the infected alpha that we saw a little bit in 28 Years Later and the way they're able to develop that into leading of a possibility of a cure. Like the part
Mhm.
when he was running along the senators, he's about to kill him, and then the alpha says moon. He spoke a word. I was like, wait, whoa, 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 what is going on?
Yes.
Like that's something where I'm like, okay, you're taking this world somewhere and never, and then at least I guess spoilers, like it's been out for
Yeah,
like a
it's been
month now, so
out.
he develops a cure, Ray Fiennes' character, and it leads to the affected alpha, he calls Samson, he actually is not infected anymore because he goes in the train, he has a vision of when he got infected, and
Hmm.
he speaks, and he's like, I don't have a ticket, and then the infected attack him, and he's not infected anymore because he comes back and he thanks the doctor for curing him.
Right.
Because Ray Fiennes' character thinks that the raised virus is mostly just psychological
Hmm.
instead of like something. So that is an aspect they can explore in the third movie because it also ended with the rumor was being true because they will say, "Hey, Killian Murphy's going to come back some way, some shape or form." So after the ending, we cut to this cottage and we hear a familiar voice, and it seems that our main character of Spike and his new friend Kelly, they're escaping a group of infected, and these people in this cottage help him out. But you hear the voice and you see what it is. It's Killian Murphy's Jim with his daughter, and they go to their aid. And once the credits rolls, I sent you the video of that. The 28 days later,
Yes.
and I
Because
just
you
texted you.
saw this before me, I think, right?
No, I saw this after,
Oh, yeah, you saw it after me.
and I just texted you like we are back.
Yes, we are definitely back. I think in terms of direction, I want to say where this is going. I'm excited. I think this is a good chance. I would love to see Nina DaCosta come back and direct, but I don't think so. I think Danny Boyle's
Yeah,
probably going to direct, which, all right, whatever. But I really want to see her come back because I really liked what she did in this one. I really, really did. I really did. So, I mean, would you want to see her come back to direct the closing chapter?
I'd say yeah, but they're probably gonna give it to Danny Boyle because this is his franchise. But
Yeah.
it depends on like since this has been yeah, they said that it says right here in the first film's Wikipedia, December 25, following well-received press screenings of the Bone Temple, Sony officially greenlit a third film in a trilogy. Boyle was confirmed he was returning to direct regarding the writing the screenplay.
Okay.
So, I think this is a good way to have Nia DaCosta showcase that she can do some horror like this because there's a thing with this one too is that it manages to balance both humor and like horror and
Hmm.
thriller elements because the moments with Ray Fiennes' character and the Alpha interacting with them dancing, I think that's some of the best stuff in the film. And then
Oh,
him
all the
pretending.
music slaps in
Dude,
this.
the when he pretended to be Satan for Jack O'Connell's character, and he did the Iron Maiden's fucking song, I was like,
That
oh,
was cinema.
I was
That was cinema right there.
okay, I'm like, that's actually funny.
It was funny, it was entertaining, and never in my wildest dreams would I see Ray Fiennes performing an Iron Maiden song. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what Alex Garland put in the juice into this, like, script, but it was insane. I'm happy. It looks like Ray had more fun bringing the character to life in this film than he did in the first film, you know? So there's more positive what I have to say about this film than I did in 28 Years Later.
Well, I still like 28 Years Later. Like, I think that it was good. The first, I finally have a damn movie in theaters after all these years. But it
Hmm.
was also fun to like kind of setting up this new trilogy of it. That's always a problem when you have a plan ahead and you're like, okay, how do we make this movie like feel? Because I do feel like what happened to Aaron Taylor Johnson's character with the baby he dropped off that's infected. Like, what's that going to lead to? And like,
Hmm.
it's like, okay, we're not going to know that about. And then it looks like this Bone Temple took another direction with it. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to combine all this. I'm kind of getting like a opposite reverse section of what happened with Star Wars where you come
Hmm.
in, the first director did something, and then the next director did something different, and
Yeah.
then you come back in the original. But I guess what helps is that Alex Garland's writing it, so it's like the same person writing it will actually be better. So
Yeah,
you
but
can
I'll
at
tell you
least,
this, you know, that was the Star Wars did an opposite effect. J.J. Abrams started out really strong, really great, and then
yeah,
in my opinion, I really like Force Awakens a lot. Like a lot. It's like one of my favorite Star Wars films. And then all of a sudden we crashed and burned with Last Jedi, and then we blew up with the last one. I can't even think of it now. Why am I brain dead at the moment?
The last guy, Rise of Skywalker.
It's Rise of Skywalker. Thank you. See, that's how much I blew it because I can't even remember the name of it. So, yeah.
But
But
yeah,
let's hope
I
for a
like
strong conclusion for.
they used iPhone 15 Pro cameras last film just like kind of catch that grainy quality. And while that was fun, the quality of the film was kind of but they used ARRI Alexis 35s, which are just regular film digital motion cameras, and that honestly made it kind of better.
It did. Everything was just a step upgrade from the first one. So,
But
but do you?
hey,
Th
Nia
oh,
DaCosta, she's going to be doing. I don't know what her next project is going to be, so we don't know what's going to happen. But she's on a good
she might
momentum.
need a vacation because she's been directing so much. She might need a nice long vacation. So,
Nah, you can never stop. You gotta go.
you gotta go.
Yeah,
Well, the iron's hot.
yeah, because it's like she had a 2 year break with the Marvels. She did Hita last year, and then now she
Kita was
did.
good.
I heard good things, and then now she does this. So probably you can give her something else. I wouldn't mind her going back to another horror movie because I like
I
I like Littlewoods, but
yeah.
that's not a horror, it's crime drama. But I digress. What were you gonna ask me?
I was gonna say since they filmed 28 years later, back to back with 28 years Bone Temple, do you think they should have done that?
No,
No, no, because now we're probably not gonna see it until like a year or two, which
the
isn't.
the only reason I say no is because I think they didn't know what the reception was going to be for the second one.
Yeah.
And they even said Sony themselves are like, we're not going to greenlight anything until we do these two movies and we see how it is. And then, they've both been received well. So they said, okay. And that gives them some time to develop the story. Because we don't know how the third movie's going to end. Like what they're going to do with it. Are they going to make this, they're going to cure the rage virus? Are they going to take it worldwide? Since it's just established it's just Britain that's been affected. Are we going to see like a different perspective of like outside forces looking in?
Okay. I see what
So,
you're saying. Yeah.
but we'll probably get it like honestly, they greenlit it in December. I would not be surprised if we hear by like summer they're gonna start filming it and then it'll be out by next year.
Hopefully, let's pray.
Depending on everyone's schedule, because I know that because they probably want to it all depends too on how old what the time skip they want to do.
Hmm.
So, I mean, Killian Murphy, he's 49. He's honestly he's looked the same all his life, and I freaking loved it. I don't know what he has coming up. He has he's got Peaky Blinders.
Yes, he's got Peaky Blinders.
Which I'm so excited for. I love Peaky Blinders. So that's in post production. So I mean, if they want to film it this summer, they probably can and just get it all set to go.
Yeah. I feel
But
like Alex Garland had these scripts like ready to go like
oh
years
yeah,
ago, in my
yeah.
opinion, because I feel like he like that's like how we got to know Alex. And
And don't
I
forget,
think he was waiting for a long time to make this happen.
Don't forget, Alex Garland is going to be busy soon because he's doing a film adaptation of Elden Ring.
Yes, that's right.
So we don't know if he's gonna like, hey, I'll give you the script for this and then go work on my movie, or if he's gonna do Elden Ring first. So a lot of video game stuff too. They just announced Jason Momoa is gonna be doing a Helldivers movie.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. There was something else that I saw that was recently bought the rights to,
Did you see
but
the trailer for the Matchbox movie?
no, I didn't.
That's the John Cena movie when they announced he's going to be doing a movie about Matchbox. It's like, okay, cool, like Matchbox cars. It looks like it has nothing to do with Matchbox. Oh, it is just name only. I was so confused.
Okay, that's
I was like,
odd.
I was like, wait, what? Like it says Matchbox the movie, but it's not. And it literally is like Matchbox the movie is an upcoming American action adventure comedy film, and it's based on the toy brand Matchbox by Mattel. And it's like, this is the plot. The plot follows Sean, played by John Cena, a former soldier who reunites with childhood friends after a successful mission, only to be kidnapped and framed. The group must clear their names and rediscover their friendship in a high-stakes cross-continental adventure. It's
Who
an
else is
action.
starring in this?
Jessica Biel, Sam Richardson, Tiana Paris,
Oh,
Arturo Castro, Randeep Huda, Dania Guerrero, Michonne, Corey Stoll, Bill Camp,
who Corey Stoll? I like Corey.
It's gonna be on Apple TV in October, and I was like, what's this have to do with Matchbox?
I did see, speaking of Apple TV, that Pratt's gonna have his other movie that he's working on with Apple over there. So I that must have been like missed when I was going through all the Apple projects. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, we're getting a
But
Matchbox Cars movie, I guess. I can't wait for the Hot Wheels movie. But Kristen, how would you grade 28 Years Later in
oh,
Bone Temple?
oh, I gave it an A. I gave it an A. That's
I
how
believe
much I
I
loved it.
I believe I gave it an A as well.
Yes.
I can't. I think like this was probably the best January movie from last month.
I think, yeah, I agree. I would have to say this. I think it was a really good month for January for all the Oscar movies to start coming out. And then we had 20 Years Bone Temple. And then I saw a really good film called My Father's Shadow, which was really incredible.
Mhm.
I highly recommend that. And now I just saw, I know it's like going into February now, but Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, which was really incredible. So I honestly at this point, if we had a strong January, I think we're gonna have a really incredible year for 2026 for what's in store. If we had a good year, if we had a good, January. So
But
yeah.
that's gonna wrap it up for us with this episode. This has been a short one because we want to get everything back on track. Our next episode, we're gonna be doing a tribute episode to the late Rob Reiner. We're gonna be talking about Stand By Me, probably one of the quintessential '80s films like of all time, and one of the best films of all time. Then we will be have a special video. We're going to be going over a new documentary for the Olympics and being able to talk to one of the co-directors. Am I correct, Kristen?
I believe so.
Oh,
So we're still
ooh.
working out the kinks with that, but you'll see it, y'all, when we publish that interview for y'all, since the Olympics are in full swing. And are you watching it, Mac? Are you watching the Olympics? I'm catching
No,
some highlights. So,
I just don't. I don't really. I watch the Summer Olympics. I don't care about the Winter Olympics.
well, I've been watching some stuff to
Oh,
stay relevant.
except for bobsledding and curling. Those are the best
Did you
ones.
see the guy who admitted to an affair after he won his Olympic gold?
Yeah, what a fucking baller.
I was like, oh my God. I woke up this morning and that was the first piece of news I saw. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like the tea
And
is
then
popping at the Olympics.
And then we will be doing our Oscar episode. We hope to get Jackie K. Cooper back on. It's like a tradition every year at this point to get him back on for the Oscars. We got a lot of good picks, and I think I'm actually going to keep track and see if we actually get any right because we make our predictions. I completely forgot what we did when it comes on. I'm trying to see
Yeah.
who's right the most, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for the got a good schedule coming up.
Yeah, we have some good stuff coming up. And we also have a lot of stuff stored, I think, for us in 2026. I feel positive it's going to be a super de-duper year for us as
Well,
we,
it's only February, so slow your jets there, Tiger. I'm trying to get to March first.
okay,
I'm trying
okay.
I do agree, though. It's looking like a great year, but and we're really excited. So stay tuned for the next episode. So give us a follow on our YouTube at the M&K Productions Podcast. Listen to us on all your streaming platforms as well, too. Make sure to contribute to our Patreon. It's only $1 a month. Every dollar helps support us. Instagram at M&K Productions Podcast. Give us a follow wherever you go. Tell your folks about us. Tell your grandmother, your dad, your mom, your sisters, your cousins, your uncle twice removed. Tell them all about
Uncle
us.
Twice.
Until next time, I've been Mac. This has been Kristen, and you've been listening to the M&K Productions Podcast. Peace.
Bye.